I worked on this video for a whole day and I think this video still ended quite a bit in a shitty state, so if we finish this video I would be very happy, but technically you don't have to. When Tecton released this video, pretty much summarize all of the points in this video, which I think that is fucking joke. Let's start. So you probably watched some reviews about these games, and first that comes to mind is IGN, because they do most of the reviews of any new game that comes up, and Wuthering was not the exception. They done review and said it is 7 out of 10, which is not bad. However, the review felt quite bland, like it didn't felt like a review, it felt like, yeah, this is that, and that's how I feel about it. So I was like, why cannot I make a review when we are already coming to 1.1, so we already finished the game, done most of the things, so I think now it's ideal time to make a review about the game, because the game is going to continue forward. So let's see what rating truly deserves Wuthering Waves. Okay, I'm going to put this in few categories and we will accumulate the final number through this method that I come up. We will have categories of movement, combat, storytelling, the world, and the rewards. And finally, the events. Every single category will have its own number, and through combining all of the numbers, we will have final number that says how good Wuthering Waves is. So let's start. The first category is movement. This I'm going to put in two categories: movement as exploration and movement as a combat. So what do I mean? Movement as exploration means that the movement you are going to use to travel around the world, to explore new stuff, these kind of basic things. And the combat related, I want to judge how it feels when you move around in combat. That's it. Okay, so let's begin. Movement around the world. When you are coming from Genshin to Wuthering Waves, it feels 10 out of 10. That's absolutely true. It does not compare to anything you had in Genshin. However, we want to be objective in this, so let's take this in general. The movement, like running around the world without consuming stamina, is fantastic. Stamina only consumes when you are in combat, which we get combat. Then we have possibility of climbing the walls with just sprinting. That feels awesome. That is awesome thing they done. The parkour in general in this game is nice. It could have little bit improvements because we had the parkour event. Yeah, I think in that aspect the movement is fantastic. The another bonus we have is grappling hook, then that launches us to the air, so we can travel much more easier in some areas. Gliding, okay, like there is nothing bad about gliding. And one thing that is very unique to the Wuthering Waves is echo traveling. It is not bad idea, but it's badly executed. What do I mean by that? You can use echo to summon it to the world and use it to travel. It is not used for long distances. I didn't really expect nothing else, but you have to have it equipped on your character. I am Linging main. That is not working for me. Yes, it's true that I could have another character in party that uses this traveling echo, but I don't. I use Lingyang, Verina and Genjin. They don't have traveling echo. So maybe in the future they could add a fourth slot that would have this traveling echo that can be only used while you are not in combat. That way it would feel much better. That is on them to add. I have no saying to it. It just needs a little bit of improvement. So I think in general in this category it is 8 out of 10. It is fair. it is not 9 out of 10 because it is limited still. This echo traveling, which is a big surprise and unique thing with this game that needs real improvement in this. Now, the another aspect, the combat movement. The combat movement feels fantastic. It's simple, you don't have to overthinking, you can stand still and press dodge and you dodge. How much more simple you want it, I don't know, this feels fantastic. The another thing you can use is grappling hook to add more flavor to your combat, or how do I say this? Yes, you unlock more potentials, more combos with it. It is phenomenal. I have nothing to say bad about the movement during the combat. It's simple, and that's it. We don't have to overthink it. It's 9 out of 10. Like, what do I say? It's not perfect because it's simple, but because it is simple, it is good. So together we have 8.5 out of 10 in the movement category. Let's continue, so we are not going to be here for all day. Another aspect we have to judge is combat. We already started with the movement, there are some aspects of combat in there. However, the combat is much more broad. So, what do I mean by that? We have different characters, different abilities, different elemental action. Because some enemies are resistant to certain element, you rather choose character that is not affected by this. You don't have any elemental reaction, and even swapping between characters doesn't create any elemental reaction, it just steals the element of the last character you choose. I have Ling Yang, so when I swap to Verena to heal, Verena deals glacial damage, which is weird. It's not bad, not good, it's just, plain, so you don't have to really build that many characters unless you want to do the event stuff. But for the world and exploring the world, you just need to build one team, that's it, you clear everything. The combat is very simple, you don't have to worry much. Even the tutorial grounds they give you to practice the character, that is enough information for you to clear everything in a game with that combat. Literally, you don't have to worry much. How should I judge combat? After all, there is a lot to unpack here. But in general, I have to appreciate Wuthering ways that every character feels unique, feels fine to fight. Other than Ling Yang, he needs improvement. But even 4 stars, 5 stars, everyone has their unique fighting style that feels fantastic. You can play anything and clear this game, so the combat in itself is beginner friendly, that people don't have to worry much. You can experience that yourself, or already you experience, watched videos, you see that combat is smooth, feels fantastic. Even the echoes, that brings another aspect of combat that enhances. It just feels good not to give 10 out of 10 combat. And they are still wanting to improve it, which, oh my gosh, make it more perfect. I'm all for it. We finished combat quickly because there is not that much, everybody saw it when you are playing the game. So the another aspect we can move on is story. Very controversial because people didn't finish the story and judged based on that. After you finish whole story of 1.0, it is fantastic. But we are talking about main story. There is another 2 aspects, side quest and the companion story. The stories of the characters you have in game. Now, let's start with the biggest one, which is main story. Understandably, people say it is not that good. The characters lack feeling and it felt bland in some aspects. Yeah, I get it, the voice direction was not that great for few characters. I don't have footage because I already started YouTube now and I already finished the game, so watch some YouTuber like Tecton. He's probably the easiest one to find, and he has the whole story in there. The thing I want to talk about is I understand that there is not fantastic, phenomenal wow effect. And I know why, because people who were interested in the game, and these ones are ones who are talking, are the people who watched CBT. They watch all of the story, what was available. So they feel like, yeah, the first boss surprise, we expected it, not a wow effect. But for new player, that was probably wow effect, like, what is this boss doing here? Oh my gosh, what is happening? And you have many of these small instances of wow effects that were already exposed, so people were like, no, it is not bad, I can see that, but yeah, I wanted more. And that is quite selfish when you already saw it and experienced it. Of course you don't feel that excitement. The last boss was exciting, was well done, but yeah, it lacked the wow effect of the end. Even when it had wow effect, it was like, yeah, that's it. I have to say, the ending was fantastic. The whole story of the main story is wow. What is better than 1.0 Wuthering Waves? In Honkai Star Rail aspect, it is probably equal. That was turn-based story, which was fantastic in every aspect. However, for the open world game, I think that was fantastic storytelling. You have NPCs that actually done something. You saw it like you are in actual war. So yeah, I have to appreciate the main story is 8 out of 10. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about side quest. Side quest, thank God for skip button. I didn't read any side quest. I just skip, easy rewards, done with the day. Thank God, fantastic, 10 out of 10. I don't care if some YouTuber can do stories of the side quest, if there are some interesting, because I think they are. Do it. I want to learn more about this world, but yeah, I want to rather skip, not waste my time. Now, the companion stories. Oh my gosh, I don't know who wrote them, but in his race, like, these stories are beautiful. I have no other word for it. 10 out of 10 for companion stories. Ling Yang, the general one, and even our Electric Beauty got fantastic companion stories. And I want more of this kind of style of companion story, and I cannot wait for more. So we can judge this at 9.5 out of 10 for story. The 10 out of 10 for side quests and companion story are carrying the game and making it feel more alive than it is, because these are NPCs after all. I think I can speedrun this. The another category I choose is world. This category is obvious because it is open world. It is essential for the game to have something interesting in it, and I think they done quite a good job. It is insanely big map. Like, I don't think you can expect any game on launch to have such a big world and explore a lot of stuff in there. And the surroundings make sense, like even the story explains a lot of stuff. Why is it there? Why it looks like this? I think they done quite a good job at the visuals and everything. Yeah, it still could be better because the options and possibilities with this are unlimited, but I think for what they give us, I think it should have fair 8 out of 10. Like, I don't think there is something we have to talk about it in here. It's just quick. How do you feel how immersive it is? It's very much, this is very much subjective feeling, but objectively 8 out of 10 is probably fair. Ooh, we have another one. This can be really quickly. Rewards. Okay, I should put this into categories. The rewards we get through the game when you are playing, and the rewards that we are getting as a community for achievements from Kuro themselves. The rewards are pretty generous, even the exploring board, yeah, the standard 5 to 10. They had two options: give us more, or give us more currency, or give us more interesting stuff around the world that we get less currency, but still you get a lot of it thanks to how many things are around the world. I think it is solid 7 out of 10. Kuro, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10 for the rewards we are getting for as a community. Like, I cannot believe how generous they are. They are insane. Like, I don't have words for them. They didn't have to go this insane giving us 10 pull like almost every time, and now when we are going to 1.1 we are getting 30 pulls. 10 pull standard, 10 pull for your character, and 10 pull for your weapon. Like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? I am so happy to play this game because this game has future, and all of us can see that. And the last thing we have is in-game events, which is practically the content that most of the players will do regardless, because they are offer quite decent rewards and should be fun. But this is probably the most lacking thing for Wuthering Ways. It is 1.0, so I didn't expect any good events, but I think they done pretty good job. It started bad with the first event, what was parkour one. That was bad, boring. Interesting but boring, because the game doesn't have that much parkour ability. It was pretty bad. The other ones we got are pretty good. The exploration one, that you every day have 2 missions that you have to complete to gain rewards. Then you have a daily one that you had to complete to gain rewards. And then was the battle arena that you were fighting to gain points and gain rewards. I think it was not bad for 1.0. I think that in 1.1 this will improve drastically. They gain so much money after all, so this will only improve. However, for now 1.0 is ending with events at the score. I think it's fair to give it 7 out of 10. So here are final results we gathered from this video, and together this makes final score of 9 for this game in 1.0 state. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am sorry it was quite boring, but I hope you at least stayed for listening my opinion. Anybody who watched to the end, I really appreciate. It means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.